of source, and then bringing that back down and really connecting back into it. I think I remember him talking about it that way as well. I mean, who knows? Who really knows what's actually going on or how it's working? But that's starting to make sense to me, that we're going up to here and we're getting this connection to source. We're getting this ever-present I amness, or big mind, as the Zen followers would call it. We're connecting to big heart, even, if we want to get Genpo-Roshi's concept of connecting everything through love and the realization of oneness. But I mean, just as a thing to put out there, just, you know, for the small topic of world peace and things like that. You know, imagine if we were all having, all of us going through all of this and connecting up there through planting seeds of positive thought in our minds, and going through doing everything with a sense of either acceptance, enjoyment, or enthusiasm. So reading in, who's read Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth? Yeah, in the back of it he says, you know, if you can't do anything with enjoyment or enthusiasm, at least do it with acceptance. And it makes a big difference, you know? So, and then you were raising the vibration, because I mean, you guys set a lovely energy in here just with coming together with songs, the melting pot, and, you know, mixing it all up and bringing it together. And that's what we're doing, so we may as well do it with acceptance and raise the vibration. Because when we live in a third dimensional energy, we're not aware of other aspects of ourselves. Like Jenny called in our angels, our spirit guides, to connect with us, and that gives us a really good second perspective of God or spirit. But if we're transcending and including all that is as we go, then that means that those spirit guides, they're an aspect of ourselves. Which means the better we become at connecting with these spirit guides, the more we are at connecting to higher aspects of ourselves. And that means we're opening up our mind to a possibility of a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dimensional way of living. It means we are actually opening up our minds to the possibility that we could create a heaven on earth and bring that back down through through descension, and connect back to security and money and the physical down here. Because we've risen above and we've transcended and included it all in who we are. Yeah, that's a big concept. When I first started wrapping my head around, oh my God, I am my spirit guides. I am my higher self.
A multi-dimensional being.
Yeah, I am God.
Mm-hmm. You are.
Yeah. I mean, look, that used to be the most egotistical thing a person could say.
Yeah.
Remember that? But it's just because we didn't have in here the possibility that I could be bigger than who I am. I could be more than who I am. I could be, this is, who said this? I think Ken-Wilber might have said this as well, that this thinking that this is who I am is one of the biggest cases of mistaken identity that we could ever have. And I kind of like that, because, you know, you look in the mirror and you go, who are you? What are you doing here? Where did you come up with that idea for a hairdo? You know, it's just like, but yeah, I can transcend and include that and move beyond it. So, is that what I want to tell you about that? Yeah. So now, I want to just sort of wrap it up and then open it up for questions. So, what I've been talking about through all of this is a concept of transcend and include, and then kind of like an attitude of oneness. So if we've got an attitude of oneness, an attitude goes in here with these seed thoughts, because you create your attitude. If someone says you've got a bad attitude, you may as well just look into it and see if they're reflecting their own bad attitude back at you, or if you really have a bad attitude. So it's one or the other. Okay? If it's their bad attitude, well, just remember acceptance, enthusiasm, or enjoyment. If it's yours, then you can go inside and work on it on any one of these levels. We've got lots of tools now these days. So if I'm taking an attitude of oneness, or an integral perspective, which means I'm looking at everything, then I'm looking at mind plus body plus heart plus soul. Or I'm looking at psychological plus physical